I love merry-go-rounds. Merry-go-round.
I love to talk. I love to talk.
Hey, you know, that's the downside of having a viewfinder, is every once in a while I'll look over at it and, you know, I'm not looking at you guys anymore. I need to do what Leo Kim Video says and put a little smiley face on my lens so that I can know for sure that I'm looking right into the camera. Yeah. Okay, well, the idea of going on these walks is to actually walk. Yesterday I was kind of questioning myself, you know, feel the downside of my, you know, sitting around all the time. My circulation doesn't seem to be all that great. So I'm gonna try to get out and walk more. Do more walkie vlogs. You guys remember when I did that video showing the flip and the trees and kind of rolling shutter issue that those kind of cameras have? So you have trees here and the post, and typically what you would have is you'd have a real tilting going on with the trees. But because this camera has this kind of rolling shutter stabilization built in, it kind of doesn't do that. The rolling shutter issues are almost non-existent with this camera. We're in downtown Portland once again. We just passed by the Sausage Shack, hoping against hopes that they would be open. It's about 11 o'clock and they're not open. And we're hoping to hit the Sausage Shack and get something, you know, wholesome and, you know, nutritious to set us on our way for our road trip out to Hood River. Hey, look! Pretty. The Portland skyline. And then there's the big eyesore right there, the Oregon. Wow, like you have the pretty Portland skyline stuff. All the stuff you see in the postcards, and then you see that big, stupid looking...
You mean the Rose Garden?
Yeah, the Rose Garden. The convention center is pretty, yeah. The convention center is pretty, but then, like the Rose Garden, it just looks like it looks like someone just dropped a football in the middle of town and, like, left it there. It's just dumb looking. I didn't vote for it. I remember when I was a kid, the Fran's Bakery, I don't know if they still do, but they used to have like open tours that you could go into the Fran's Bakery, and all the kids, they would come out with these paper hats. They would give those to all the kids, and it was like a huge thing. If you got to go to Fran's Bakery, you got basically a whole like day's supply of donuts and fresh bread. All you could smell for the rest of the day was, you know, fresh baked bread. Even when you walk by the bakery, it smelled just delicious. You get super hungry just walking by the bakery. Now it's not so much. I think they pretty much bleached all the good smelling ingredients out of bread. It's not like it used to was. Horsey truck. Horsey truck. Can you see the mountain? There's the Mount Hood. Beautiful Mount Hood. The Cascades. There's not a lot of places in town where you get this view of the mountain. I'm bringing my Panasonic with me today and hoping that I can get some really nice shots of the Columbia Gorge. Something unique that I haven't shot before with a camera that I really haven't done much of that kind of shooting with yet. I'm hoping that I can get some nice stock footage for the NewDepthMedia channel. Stuff that you guys can use in your videos. Ooh, look! More mountain! Mountain big! Big mountain! It's perhaps not that often that people get all excited about a big rock in front of them. Wonderful smokestacks you see over there off in the distance. That is Camas, Washington, where they have big paper mill industry. Just vents huge quantities of nasty smelling pollution into the air. At nighttime, they really crank it up when the lights go out and like the city is all dark and everything. If you're watching, if it's a moonlit night, you can see this big black cloud silhouette of these smokestacks. And over there, they have a car wash, public car wash. It's free for all the residents to use because every morning you wake up and your car looks like a stinking piñata with all the paper pulp that is raining down throughout the night over the cars. Don't you wish your city had a public car wash? I wish Portland had a public nose wash so that you could wash your nose out after you smell Camas, Washington drifting over your city. It really stinks. Every time you smell Camas, you look at your neighbor and you go, is that you? Vista House. One of these days I'll take you guys up there and I'll shoot some stock footage from Vista House. Unbelievable view. I do see a lot of pictures of Vista House and from Vista House. It's one of those postcard places where you take pictures of the Columbia Gorge, and whenever you see pictures on postcards of Oregon, it's usually of Portland or of the Columbia Gorge, which is just east of Portland. As you're, traveling through Columbia Gorge, they have the old scenic highway. You could go up to Vista House, one of the exits from I-84. It's a short drive up the hill, and then you can park up there, and they have like a circular parking area. And there's this circular building that at one time was a museum. Last time we were up there, I think it was closed off. I'm not sure exactly what they're using the Vista House for, but it's one of our historic landmarks. Whenever you see a picture of the Columbia Gorge with this little house up on this little peak, Julie's falling asleep. She's snoozing.
I am not. My eyes are wide awake.
You're wide awake, yes. You look wide awake. She's like nodding. Check this out though. I mean, this is the Columbia Gorge. That's the Columbia River. And the other side of the river is Washington State. So this is how close Portland is to Washington. Literally just the other side of the river. It's one of the biggest rivers in our region. Some areas in the Columbia River are 200 plus feet deep. Somewhere out here, right around this area, there's a boat motor fell off the back of the little 10-foot skiff that my dad and I were riding in one day when my dad decided to really just gun it and just have a good time riding over the tops of the Whitecaps until the engine fell off. Dad and I could write a book. I hope someday that we log all of the different adventures that we had in our boats out here on this Columbia River, the Willamette River. Coming up here on the left side, this little mound of trees here is Rooster Rock. And Rooster Rock is famous for one particular thing. There's a nude beach down there. So, if this is one of those places where all the naked people meet. I don't know if it's just that they can't afford clothes, but they certainly don't wear them. Frozen waterfall. Awesome. Frozen waterfalls. Rock. Leave it in the comments below, but do I say rock and rocks too much in my videos? I think I do. I think I'll leave that in the comments. I say rock and rocks. He rocks. Or it rocks. They rock. You rock. Rock on, rocker. The speed limit is 65 out here. The rest of the city in Portland, it's mostly 50 and 55, which is, for most folks that come from out of town, ridiculously slow. Everyone says that we drive like grandmas. We just passed by Bridal Veil Post Office. The post office here in Bridal Veil is literally like a wooden shack. It's like the size of, I don't know, half your garage maybe. It's a little wooden shack with a pickup truck parked in front of it. It's probably the one person that works there. I remember when I first got my career appointment at the post office, they had sent me a bunch of letters time and time again offering me these jobs in the remote post offices like Aurora and some other ones, and Bridal Veil was one of them. And I was thinking, you know, they're offering you like 4 hours a week. I knew that it wasn't full time and I couldn't afford to pay the rent. Look at this, man. More frozen waterfalls and springs coming out of the side of the mountain. Pretty awesome. These are all just springs where in a lot of these places the water just runs right out of the rocks. And we're coming up on Molten Loma Falls. Right off here to the right is Molten Loma Falls, and it is not froze. Look at it, it's beautiful. It's got ice everywhere though. Along the side of the road here, there's all these like fenced off piles of rock and stuff, because one particular winter, a giant chunk of basalt was lodged up there and it was backed up with slush and ice, and this huge chunk of ice and frozen basalt came crashing down out of there, and it literally buried the museum and the whole, like, all the platforms and the paths in like 6 to 8 feet of slush and ice and snow. It was pretty astounding. It was really a disaster for the tourist industry out here, because, you know, a lot of it revolves around Molten Loma Falls. People coming up here to take pictures and you know, take their family up here. And in the summertime, my dad and I would even come up here to go fishing. Look, barge! Hauling the grain. So we're pulled over because Julie was falling asleep. We would like to roll on without having to roll the car. Julie was crashing and we like to not crash. Hey, one of the favorite places that we like to go in Cascade Locks is Char Burger. They're famous for having burgers that are as big as your face. Really awesome burgers. I love it.
They are very good.
Not as good as Sausage Shack, though, I do have to say. Sausage Shack, they got my vote for best burger in Portland so far. Nice. That's saying a lot, because I've been in Portland my whole life.
Yep. We've eaten in a lot of places.
I've eaten a lot of burgers in the city of Portland, and my tummy was happiest when it was fed a Sausage Shack burger. Cascade Locks is one of my favorite hangouts. I used to take my nephew down here. We would bring our mountain bikes, stick them on the back of the car. I was driving a Nissan Sentra back then, and we'd come down here and we'd ride around the park. And it's not like you got a lot of different places to ride around. You'd ride out to the little island out there, and we would come out there and then we'd go eat at Char Burger. We did that a couple times, and I also came out here with our friend Chris and Stella, and that was when the crazy bird attacked.
Yes, that was so funny.
The crazy bird. The crazy bird that attacked us all, and then sat on my hood of my car cussing at me and attacked me. That was funny. Crazy bird.
Crazy bird.
I don't know what kind of bird that was, but he was hungry and he was mad. Check this out, man. How would you like to live right down the road where you have these awesome mountains everywhere you look? Just drive down your road, right down, away from your house, and hey, there's a big old mountain. I could dig it, man. I remember when we were little kids and we go visit my Aunt Bev. Aunt Bev, if you're watching this is an old memory of the Brightwood days. We had the road that we would go to Auntie Bev's house. We lovingly dubbed it Bumpety Road. But I actually thought that was the name of the road, Bumpety Road, because it was the Bumpety Road, and there was full potholes, and we would just go boing, 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 boing the whole time, and the whole family's just like boing, 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 oh, bumpety, 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 and we would chant like that. It's uncomfortable thinking about it now, actually. It actually kind of reminds me of being in Reno, where everywhere you go, you see these rolling hills of all kinds, except in Reno, they're all brown.
Except for Tahoe.
And here, yeah, that's true. In Tahoe, man, you got the rolling hills, and they're either white or they're green. So, wow.
Yeah, no, this is not where I want to be.
Yeah, this is not the scenic beach area right here. It's like a scenic beach area.
I'm thinking I'm supposed to be over there.
Except
But I can't.
without being scenic. It's more like it's the butt ugly beach
Maybe
area.
I'm supposed to go on the
Look at all the ice, folks.
She
Ice.
said left and follow along the highway. But
Go skating in there. This is the event site for, I guess, all the kiteboarding stuff. But look at this, man. It's like low tide. And you can see like wooden teepees and deadheads out here. You could almost walk to Washington across this. And if we walk out here far enough, probably gonna run into, let's see what this caution sign says. It probably says don't go anywhere near where you're thinking of going. Caution, high traffic area. This channel is not appropriate place to play or swim in the water. Oh my gosh, this wind is just bitter cold. It's just beautiful out here though. I think I'll shoot some stock footage here. Because it's not like we can walk out past this little place. I mean, unless I want to do some wading. I don't really want to do any wading.
How are you doing? Nothing much has changed for me. I'm still the same old dork. I guess I always will be.
It is colder than a witch out there. My fingers are just, they're so stiff. I got a bunch of stock footage. I think it's going to be really cool stock footage of the beach here at dusk in Hood River. It was blue sky earlier, but check this out. Out there, there's the sunset. It's so pretty. Just heading into the sunset. Maybe we'll get a still of this.
Super energized. That's how I was described. Compared to you, it's like I don't have a pulse. Now I'm boring and dull. I thought you were unique. Turns out it's much more deep.
This is a back road. We're going the same place all those people are going, slower. We took a back road exit and we were thinking you could just like get off the freeway and we would just switch drivers. Now we're going down the deep, dark, creepy path to the Castle of Doom, where we'll probably be eaten by gargoyles. If Julie doesn't fall asleep first. It's very exciting to go to the groomer. Are you at the groomer? Oh my goodness. It's very, very exciting. What's happening? What's happening? Are you going to get a shampoo? Did we bring their, we didn't bring their shampoo. What about you? Are you excited? You're very excited.
I forgot to.
Is it very exciting to go to the groomer? Are you at the groomer? Oh my goodness. It's very, very exciting. What's happening? What's happening? Are you going to get a shampoo? Did we bring their, we didn't bring their shampoo. What about you? Are you excited? You're very excited.
I forgot to.
We love bugs. That one has a gnarly spider. Probably not seeing them very well.
Look at all his yummy goodness that he's got in his bread.
Yeah, munchies. It's been snowing outside. Stopped snowing the very minute I started my filming. It's been snowing, and you can see if you look in the hills out there that it's still snowing out there. But it's not snowing. It's not snowing right here. So no snowmans. And Julie's making some coffee. What kind of coffee are we having today?
We're gonna mix Peruvian coffee with Uganda ground beans.
Ah, okay.
I'm gonna see how a mild, medium body mixed with a heavy body is going to taste.
And then here, we decided, since we didn't have time to fix breakfast before we ran off to church, because we just wanted to just hustle and get down there and worship the Lord. And here, we were making, this is not kosher, but it's an omelet with bacon on the outside, like 4 strips of bacon chopped up and cooked on the outside, and then 4 strips of bacon chopped up and cooked on the inside, and then I put some of the Frank's Red Hot sauce on the inside and covered it with this like 4 cheese blend. Yeah, yummy. Ooh, look at that, nice and crispy, and it's got Parmesan on the outside too. 5 eggs in this bad boy. Food. Okay, now you got your clothes on. You want to see Grandma, Grandpa? You want to see Grandma, Grandpa? Huh? You want to see Grandma and Grandpa? Hmm? You want to see Grandma and Grandpa? You want to see Grandma and Grandpa? Hmm? Come on. Alright, there you go. Look! Snow! Snow! Will we have snowmans? Snow! I want snow. It's so snowy now. I turned my camera on and it didn't stop snowing yet. Wow! It's amazing. Look at all the snow. It's pretty. And it comes down to the ground and turns into nothing. Snowpocalypse my behind. It was just pouring down snow like crazy, and now it is suddenly all thawing out. It's super sunny, and everything is just warming up and beautiful and melting and thawing and cloudy, and it's just, look at all that. It's just like dripping everywhere. This is, you know, just make up your mind, nature. Come on. I mean, I don't want to be stuck out here in Gresham, but at the same time, you know, if it's going to snow, snow. If it's going to not snow, not snow.
This is the day God has made. Relax and enjoy it.
I will rejoice and be glad in it.
That too.
Hey, I'm going to rejoice and be glad in the day. It's just, I just want to know whether I can make a snowman or not. Snowmans!
That's a pain.
Make a snow girl.
I'm gonna be praying a lot. I'm gonna be
Everybody
praying
makes snowman.
this year. I'm thinking about just.
Yeah, do something different for a change. Make a snow girl.
So,
She's got a heart that's just as cold as ice.
It's no wonder she's frigid.
so I have to.
This guy over here, he's on 164th in Division. He is the hottest dance craze ever. I'm telling you, man, if you want Justin Bieber to learn how to dance, this is the guy that can teach him, because he's got that contagious smile. He is just all of that. Yeah, you see that move right there? See, that's typical. See, he's not full of himself. That guy just is. He is that. We just went to Redbox and Domino's, and you know how the last time I did a vlog talking about Redbox, I went to Redbox and I had my credit card and I did the reservation online, and I went to the machine and I tried to pick it up with the credit card, and it said that it was already reserved, or that I didn't have anything reserved with my card, so I wasn't able to get the video that I wanted because someone else had reserved it. Someone else supposedly, and I wasn't able to, I didn't say that my card was used to reserve anything, so I couldn't pick it up. So for a while I have not used the Redbox reservation system because, that was a pretty colossal screw up, and I had to drive almost 10 miles out of my way to pick up the movie that we wanted to watch. So I haven't done that in a while. But today we decided to give it a shot. It's been a while. Figured we drew it to Redbox's attention that it happened. They corrected the matter on our credit cards, and we give them another chance. And so we tried it again today. And tonight we are going to watch the Blu-ray of The Help. I'm not sure if it's the kind of movie that's going to like gain anything by being on Blu-ray. Normally I associate Blu-ray with, you know, Star Trek, robots from the future, and hot chicks with guns, stuff blowing up, big smash hit action films. Got a couple of Domino's pizzas. We just recently regained the bottom shelf of our refrigerator. This little bracket here on the corner was broken. We still had the bar, but the bracket was broken, and so the whole bottom shelf was missing for like a couple years. But you notice it's empty? That's because we forgot how to use the bottom shelf, so we still don't use it even though we have it.
I love to talk. I love to talk. I love to talk.